Friends. Today we will watch a movie on a woman who killed her husbands. Her first husband was a 35-year-old man. The woman first blinded her husband with some medicine, and then took him to climb a mountain. When they reached the top of the mountain, she said she wanted to take a photo. Then the woman pushed him off the cliff. Friends, she is such a wicked woman. During investigation, police did not find anything about her, and found she is innocent, as she was an elementary school math teacher. She successfully obtained the inheritance. The next year, she married a divorced man who has a son. They planned to go somewhere, and she covered the seatbelt buckle with adhesive. She asked her husband to sit in the back. Somehow the son smelled the adhesive and said that the car was smelly. The lady said it was the smell of alcohol and deliberately opened the sunroof, saying that it would be fine if he could get some fresh air. When they were on the mountain road, she sped the car up to 120 miles per hour and then suddenly turned the steering wheel violently, and the car fell down from the mountain to river. It soon submerged half of the car body. She climbed out from the sunroof and then pulled her son out. The son cried for his father. She pretended to go back underwater to save husband. Through the glass window, she saw husband struggling for a long time. She returned to the shore only after husband was dead. And she said to son, from now on, you should only listen to your mother's instructions. Grandmother came to see him. Grandmother accidentally saw her daughter-in-law wearing mourning clothes while keeping vigil. She was actually kissing another man. By seeing this, she was shocked and realized something wrong might happen. So she determined that her daughter-in-law had murdered her son and took the $3 billion insurance compensation, facing her mother-in-law's beating and scolding. The wicked woman Lori started to act like she is innocent, deeply hurt. She cried to gain the eyes of the spectators. Grandmother became an unreasonable old bastard. After the funeral, Lori kept filing a lawsuit and took grandmother to court, applying to raise her son Peter as a stepmother. Grandmother was angry, cursed Lori, but without proof, no one believed her. Here comes the twist. The judge Jenny is not an ordinary human. She was demoted from hell to the human world. To give justice few days back, she stabbed one policeman. However, the spirit leader suddenly appeared and said that she killed the wrong person. The rules of hell is that if an innocent person is killed, the assessment must be doubled. The original plan was to kill 10 evil people a year, but now it has become to kill 20. In order to restore the hell vision system, as soon as he finished speaking, the policeman's wounds healed instantly, and he came back to life with full health. The policeman Jerry was stunned to find that he was still alive after his death. He had arrested Jenny for intentional homicide. But when he returned to the police station and told the whole story, his colleagues looked at him as if he was a madman. No one believed Jerry and thought he was a pervert. Jerry was stunned and has no proof to prove his points. Everyone speculated that Jenny and Jerry were a couple. At this time, Jenny was busy investigating about Lori in the elementary school, and she showed off some of her superpowers. Lori looked like innocent and started to act. She immediately calmed down and cried to tell Jenny that she liked children, so she became an elementary school teacher. Now that her husband is dead, she has the obligation to raise her son Peter. Jenny didn't believe a single word in these touching words. The reason is very simple. Jenny went to grandmother's house and found Peter hiding in the closet in Peter's picture album. She saw a picture of Lori putting a pillow over Peter. Lori actually wanted to suffocate Peter with a pillow. Facing Jenny's questioning, Peter mustered up the courage to tell the truth he saw. He was trying to show how her mom tried to choke him. And at that time, Jerry stepped in and stopped Peter. Jenny tried to know more from Peter. However, according to the law, kids' words cannot be taken as true. But Jenny is not a human being. She chose unconditional trust on Peter. She tried to explain Jerry about Peter's situation and said, "Kid is innocent." This sentence broke Jerry's defense. When he was a child, he witnessed his loved one being hacked to death by the murderer with an axe after escaping by chance. The police asked him to take a statement. Because of the shock, he stammered a lot and the police were very annoyed. Just find an excuse to hastily close the case. At that moment, Jerry secretly swore in his heart that he would marry Jenny. At the same time, Lori, the vicious woman, was planning how to kill Peter. Only when Peter died, she could sleep peacefully. On the way home from school the next day, Peter helped one old lady cross the road. The old lady thought Peter was very well behaved. To express her gratitude, she gave Peter an energy drink, saying that it could replenish and calm the nerves. But in the next scene, the old lady walked in front of Lori's car and got a lot of money. That the bottle of drink is full of sleeping pills. At night, Peter massaged grandmother's legs and back, and also brought out drinks to honor grandmother. Grandmother was very happy and took a few big gulps. After drinking, she immediately fell unconscious. Lori seized the opportunity and forcibly brought Peter back to her house. When she got home, she started filling the bathtub with water. Lori tricked Peter into playing a breath-holding game to see if he could break the world record. Although Peter is small, he is not a fool. He knew that his stepmother was trying to annoy him to death, so he faked an accident again. At the critical moment, another person called Lori and asked to come to the murder scene. Upon hearing that the other party had evidence of her murder, Lori let Peter go for the time being and hurried to the reservoir scene. Suddenly, she saw lights on the water surface, and a car floated out of the water. Rushing towards the shore, Lori was shocked. Is it magic or just an illusion? She could not understand. Lori saw Jenny as walking towards her. Jenny used black magic to punish Lori. To Jenny, the judge of hell, Korean law is too lenient towards evildoers, and there is not even a death penalty, so her method of punishing Lori has multiple steps. Jenny pushed Lori to the car's back seat to experience the pain of drowning. Jenny sat on the roof of the car, smiled, and closed the sunroof, watching Lori slowly sink to the bottom of the lake. Anyone who has choked on water knows that how desperate and terrifying it is to be in this claustrophobic underwater space. For a few minutes, Lori was resurrected again, and Lori up at her eyes. After some time, Jenny started beating Lori. In the next scene, Lori found herself on the edge of cliff, the same cliff where she murdered her first husband. Jenny held Lori on the edge and told her that, "Now you can realize the pain." Lori cried and asking for forgiveness. Jenny smiled and said no. Lori, whose bones were broken, was resurrected for the third time. On the bed, she saw Jenny riding on her, and this time she was going to experience suffocation to death. Jenny put a pillow on Lori's face and suffocated her. The moment Lori was about to pass, Jenny removed the pillow. It's too early. Lori is resurrected for the fourth time. Jenny tied Lori to a chair. Now Jenny put some sleeping pills in cup and forced Lori to drink. Jenny said, "Come take your medicine. This vicious woman suffered all kinds of death tortures, and she deserved it." Jenny had enough fun, so she stretched out her hand to summon the judgment and stabbed the Lori with a knife. After confirming her death, she turned the body over with the sign of hell carved on the forehead. The vending machine opened the gates of hell and sucked away the spirits of the dead. At this point, the second trial by the judge from hell has come to an end. If you also like to watch this drama, please give it a like, add it to your favorites, and don't get lost while following the drama. See you later.